Okay, I don't know whether you guys can hear me now, but what a wonderful game by Ariela Telo, who has just won against with black against her opponent. She's just sacrificed her queen there. If you could watch the game, a fantastic, fantastic game by the Kenya under 7 girls national chess champion. She has played an amazing, amazing game. At some point, there was a pin on her knight. The only way to get out of that pin to save the knight was to play queen b6 check, which she found, and follow it up with knight to e3, forking the king, the queen, the rook, and the bishop. And she played an absolutely amazing, absolutely fantastic game. And we have a win from Ariela Telo. We are going to switch quickly to board number 1. Then we come back, guys. Give us a moment. Going to board number 1. So we are joined by Ariela Telo. So we are not able to see her yet. I'm going to try and set up the second camera. Ariela Telo has just won on board 2 with black. Telo, how is it feeling?
It feels very good, and it was kind of cringed because I was feeling a little bit weird because, like, I had to think and think, and I honestly wanted to be like. You remember the time that in Mombasa I was like the youngest player,
Mm-hmm.
and you remember the time I got a voucher?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I hope the same thing happens in this tournament.
Good job. That was a good game.
I really want to like present Kenya very well, and I'm taking it as how I'm going to play in Sapia
All the best,
because I'm
sunshine.
playing in the open.
All the best, sunshine. Okay, that was Ariela Telo. We are going to try and keep setting up the stream. The arbitration team tells me that the live board is not yet ready, and that's going to be ready at some point. So at this juncture, we are watching the board 1 game. Um, interesting uh, game between the youngsters and the next generation. I think there is quite something to talk about. I encourage you to go back on the uh, stream, just see how the last game was. That was a good game. And right now on board 1, we have WFM Sasha Mongeli versus Angel Mumbi Mutua. Angel Mumbi Mutua is not a new face to chess, one of the strong youngsters in Kenyan chess. And right now, Angel the sister to Amy Mutua. Both of these girls are the children to Coach Eve. Eve, who by her own right was a multiple-time Olympian representative of the Kenyan chess team. And what's going on in this board currently? It seems as if Black has a lot more space. Black has an extra pawn, a bishop pair. Actually, bishop pair is even both sides. However, that these dark squared weaknesses on the white side. And what does the time situation look like? 12 minutes for Sasha, 5 minutes for Angel. I think the youngsters represented herself well. Actually, it's not just a pawn, it's also a piece. There's an extra knight standing on d4 that has no white counterpart. So this is pretty much almost, I expect the Sasha to convert this one. That pawn move to g4 further exposes the king side. And I think a simple move such as queen to e5 should almost bring this to a close. I'm not sure that that is the absolute best move, but you can see that the dark squares on white side are actually extremely weak. And that kind of weakness can be very hard to deal with. There is, okay, that's the choice taken by Sasha also wins a rook because knight takes h3 is threatened. That rook cannot really escape. Okay, an exchange at the very least, because you can play your rook to g6, bishop takes rook, queen takes rook. But I'd have preferred bringing your pieces onto the active, those dark squares, bring your queen to e5. I think queen to e5 was curtains immediately because I do not see how you could stop checkmate with that. Nonetheless, it's a winning position. All the moves are winning. And at this juncture, actually, there's a pin along the e file. If you see the rook sitting on e8, it's pinning the bishop. And again, Angel has played rook to f2, but then now knight takes h3 is a fork attacking both the king and the rook on f2, and that rook is falling, plus the overextended pawns that have been moved in front of the king. This is a very important point, ladies and gentlemen. One of the key things you want to maintain in chess is king safety, especially in the middle game when pieces are all over. The king is being hunted. And if it's being hunted, you want to build a fortress and keep your pawns in front of the king. In this situation, that's not what our youngster has done. So this is a good lesson. They will pick it from here and they learn why you don't want to move your pawns in front of the king. At the same time, a very serious problem that doesn't look like it's a serious problem is that the white rook on a1, the queenside rook, and the bishop are still at home, meaning there's a fight going on, there's a fire raging, but these guys are unemployed and they're lazy. It's like a health sector where there is need for doctors and the doctors are unemployed. That kind of a situation is not good. Whoa, what a nice move. So instead of picking the rook straight away, knight takes rook on f2, and then the queen takes, which is an exchange. Sasha finds an even better move, bishop to g3, pinning the knight. I hope our stream is okay. I hope you can see. There seems as if there is an interference. I'm not sure where this is coming from. Allow me to just address that as well, so that the video is perfectly clear, guys. And do keep commenting. Do keep giving comments on chat. I see IA Duke Bash Micheka saying good stuff. Thank you, Duke. Thank you for watching. Thank you for support. Duke is one of the leading arbiters in Kenya, one of the few international arbiters that we have in Kenya, indeed in Africa. He has served in many capacities as well. One of the key people when the history of chess is written, then indeed Duke Bash Micheka's name will be part of that writing. As it is now, this game is just a matter of time. At the time situation, when I say a matter of time, I mean that the game wins itself. That's the nature of chess. There'll be no miracle around it. And in fact, the move played right now by white loses two pieces because the knight can take back the bishop on f4 for free because the rook cannot take the knight. The rook is pinned. And This is also attacking the pinned bishop. So this is pretty bad. Knight takes f4, and what should resign? Not should resign actually now, but we are not teaching our children to resign. If you're wondering why, and Sasha finds it, knight takes f4, because that was a free bishop that really could not be, wasn't defended. The knight can always go forward. It can also come back. It's chess, And at this juncture, the situation, okay, not a bad move actually. An interesting move there that has been found by the youngster. Actually, it's a very interesting move they've done, because what they've done is, with one move, the queen has moved out of the attack. However, the position is still quite dicey. I think bishop takes f2 now, queen takes f4, and bishop comes back to, I spoke too soon. Checkmate threat, checkmate in the house. Queen to h8, that is what black is looking for. Can it be stopped? Can it be stopped? Cannot be stopped. Let's see. That checkmate threat cannot be stopped, ladies and gentlemen. Or what about king to g1? Probably the only, it doesn't work still, because you can see the bishop sitting on c6, and even after queen to g1, king to g1, queen to h1 is checkmate. This is over. This is what we were expecting. You can see that the rook on b1 is still unemployed. It could have been doing some work, but the game is over now. Very important, ladies and gentlemen, to develop your pieces. Develop your pieces. Very important part of chess. And I think that move is played out of desperation. There is no alternative. Checkmate cannot be avoided. You can see the handshake there with a smile. What a wonderful sport. The young Angel Mutua, learning from one of the strongest players. Actually, Sasha Mungeli won an important championship, world championship, world amateur chess champion for our category under 1700 globally. So this wasn't an easy task for Amy Mutua. And I think I've played Sasha as well. I got into very bad position. She's a mathematician, she's a calculator, she's sharp, and a multiple time representative. Currently amongst the top 100 chess players in Kenya. That may sound like a lot, but Kenya has thousands of chess players who are rated right now. Wonderful game by Sasha Mungeli. Give us some time to see if we can look for a game that is ongoing, then we can proceed. Yes, Sunshine.
Kids like to see the thing I would never do. She explained, she had a rook and a bishop, and they had a bishop instead and knight. Since now Arianne captured the bishop with his rook. Since they captured, Hera has a bishop, not that
Knight, even that she was winning.
yes.
Okay, it's all right. Maybe she's calculated something. Hera is very strong at chess, so give her time also to just figure out how it was. All right. Maybe she didn't see that it's being attacked. That's a report of someone who's been analyzing. They'll tell you who's won. We are now joining the final stages of the round two game between Arianne Hera and Riley Matingi. Hera has, you had Hera's sister Ariela Telo give us the report that the position wasn't good. And there we go. We've just come in time for the resignation by Riley. Riley is a very, very strong player, has represented Kenya in multiple events. She's an extremely strong player, represented Kenya in South Africa last year. She's, I believe, either 8 or 9 now, probably 8. Very strong and promising player. I think the current position doesn't do justice. If you had the report, she was only an exchange down. And Hera, who has been away from chess for some time, has at some point been extremely strong as well. So this was a tough matchup for round two. This was a tough matchup for round two. Good job to the competitors. Let us see if we can find another board that is running. Then we can also look at that. Oh, this I didn't got enough. Just read this last message. I know. Oh, no, 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 no. Hold your for the story. And you disabled the details.
It's usually on for everyone. Why?
This is the last message you read. You can read saying this. I think because I left the window open, and was responding. This is the last message. Just saying it. Directions. Oh,
I call it yes.
$1. Yes.
In the events, I barely managed to I did.
And your name transmission everything. Correct, so it's good. Okay, guys. Okay. So we are on this is board number 5, the last game that is going on right now. The time is 2 minutes for black, 2 minutes for white, but it's a completely lost position for, yeah, that marks the end of it. The knight is going to be pinned, and after pinning the knight, you can comfortably even just pick it if you'd like. Alternatively, maybe easier just to keep pushing your pawn. There's no real threat, yes. That is what Maki is going to do. Just push the pawn, make a new queen. No need to complicate matters. Keep chess simple. The tournament we're looking is the third queen's rapid chess tournament. The time control, I believe, is 25 minutes per player to finish the game. This is round number 2. And the game we are looking at right now is Avril Joy Agata versus Maureen Jerry. This is over. This is over. There is no, there's nothing that, yeah, attack the knight on c3. If the knight goes to e4, then the rook to c4 ends the game. Again, you also cannot bring your knight to f4 because rook to c4 is a check, attacking the knight and the king. Right now, rook to c3 attacks the knight. The knight cannot come to the third rank. It's going to be picked by the rook. It cannot go to the fourth rank. End of story. And if it goes to the sixth rank, then simply b5. This position is designable. Okay. White opts for the practical chance of picking. Now they're dreaming of stalemate. That unfortunately will not happen. McInjury is well trained. This will not happen. She's well experienced. She'll not allow stalemate. Yeah, though there's a bit of a miss there. The rook too far ahead. Yeah, this is over. So this is the third Queen's Chess tournament. I think it's important to learn these kinds of techniques. What Maki is doing now is trying to push the white king to the A file. And the way to do it is right now the rook is cutting off the king. So, and at this juncture, then you move to the other side of, yeah. Repeat, relink. This is a matter of technique. Waste a move, yes. And the moment the king comes directly opposite the black king, like it is now, then the rook comes and checks. And after the check now, the king has only 3 files, A, B, and C. It's rinse and repeat. Rook comes, rook. Oh, the rook was being attacked. I thought they left it, but the bishop is defending the rook. And right now, check is happening. 2 files to the end. Very nice, simple technique. There you go, check. And now the king is on the back rank. And just to be careful not to allow and checkmate is following. Wherever you play there, the next move is checkmate. There it is. Good job. Not giving up the fight. You play until the end. Some people think it is not a good idea, but that's the experience. You can see her smile there, bright, bright smile by Avril Joy Agata, who has just lost to Maki Njeri or Maureen Kirigo Njeri. Maureen Kirigo has been playing chess for quite some time, and there we are. They're discussing. We can't hear what they're saying, but they're discussing the situation as it is. Maybe in due course we can activate sound on their side so we can hear and follow the conversations. We'll probably try and do that on that side as well. So that is round 2. I think that is the last game of the Queen's Rapid Chess Tournament. We'll try and have the camera repositioned in a way that you can see all the players as they come in for round 3. Round 3 pairing is what we're waiting for now. We can take some time to look at we can take some time to look at the actual outcome of the round. This is a 6-round chess tournament that is sponsored by one of the commissions of FIDE, and quite some work has gone into it. Kenyan chess has come a long way. Earlier on, we saw some pretty good games that have been played. So fairly strong players, fairly strong participation, good moves. 2 rounds are done. We will see. You stay tuned. Don't go away. Don't go away, guys. This is Dr. Victor Ngani. Uh, we'll keep improving on the stream itself. I hope the sound is better. Number one. Number two, I hope the internet connectivity is better. Thanks to Airtel Internet, we bought. I'll show you the routers later. What's happening? Yeah, just as we spoke about internet, we interfered with the router and we lost transmission there for a second. But I hope that we are back live in the transmission.
Trader and expert option to share my success story with you. Just a comment.